Hey everyone, and welcome back. Sorry for not uploading for a while, but you know what they say. Absence makes the dick grow thicker. Anyway, before we get going, let's have the mandatory self-shilling. Join my Discord server. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Minds, and Gab. And please check out my t-shirts and other clothing items. Enjoy!
No offense, but since when was English the bar for intelligence?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but ironically, I had to rewind to understand what the hell she's saying. And apparently she's saying, when was English the bar for intelligence? I'm gonna bet this is gonna come back later in the video because this is a stinger in the beginning, right? So, yeah, let's keep this in mind. But first, we have to look at this amazing intro, which I'm gonna play to you without sound because it's probably some copyright shit. I'll just explain what the video is about instead. So, in what could possibly be the worst pairing since yeast met vagina, in this video the BBC is gonna have a woman who can barely speak English explain to us why being able to speak English is not important. Everybody got that? Alright, let's move on.
Some people that come to this country from different countries literally get treated like the bottom of the barrel.
Well, that's just because you put a negative connotation on it. A more neutral analogy would be to say that they're at the bottom rung of the ladder. They just got here. Obviously, they're not going to get hired as CEOs and rock stars and movie gods. You got to work your way up from the bottom, and this applies to all people, by the way. Unless you're one of the lucky few who got born with a silver spoon in their mouth, you start at the bottom and you work your way up. Welcome to reality.
When in reality, they probably got degrees in all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, that's reality. Oh yeah, only nuclear physicists and doctors try to cross the border. Everyone knows that. You know, your argument really isn't served by this kind of hyperbole. Just because they're uneducated doesn't mean in any way that they're bad people. But let's not kid ourselves. We're not seeing a steady stream of nuclear scientists.
They probably speak 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different languages.
What did I tell you about the hyperbole? I can guarantee you that we're not getting a steady stream of translators either. If they speak 6 languages, you'd think one of them was English. And even if what you say is true, which it's not, then why the hell did they choose to go to the one country where they don't know the language?
Meanwhile, we're sitting here speaking one dead language, which is English.
Oh, it's a dead language, is it? I mean, it's only the language with the most speakers in the world. But if you want to take your argument to its logical conclusion, then I guess we should all be speaking Chinese. You think that's going to be easier to learn? And I do hope you realize that your point in and of itself is racist. Just try telling a Native American that his language is dead and see what kind of response you get.
And then judging people that don't speak the best English. I'm sorry, Bob. How is your Arabic coming along?
Hey, moron! Fucking moron! What the fuck? What use would it be for an Englishman to know Arabic? Or did you just let the mask slip there for a second and that's actually the language that you would prefer be spoken in England? Because I don't know what the hell that comment is supposed to signify. England is a place where they speak, wait for it, English. Hence the fucking word.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
We cannot just assume that people from different countries are dumb.
Yeah, let me give you a slow clap there. Very, very good. You can't just say that people from other countries are dumb. You are correct. However, a person who moves to a new country and then says, I don't want to learn your language, that's a dumb person. A person who moves to a new country and then says, you should speak my language, that's a dumb person too. And finally, if you move to a new country and you refuse to learn their language and then you complain about being considered an idiot, you're an idiot.
I've seen this happen in person.
Yeah, pictures or didn't happen.
I have seen people speak to other people who don't speak the best English really loud and really slow.
That's because they're trying to be nice, you fuckhead. When you realize that the person you're speaking to doesn't understand you, you try to speak as slowly and clearly as possible. I mean, what do you propose they do? Oh, I can see this person is having trouble understanding me, so I think I should mumble really fast. Is that what you're proposing? That probably wouldn't help anyone, would it? Here's the thing. When someone speaks really slowly to you, you have the capacity to form new neural pathways and learn to understand faster and faster. The brain really is a fascinating organ, isn't it? You should try using it once.
Yeah, why bother?
Like that's gonna help anyone understand anything. It doesn't.
What do you mean it doesn't? I speak English and I'm having trouble understanding you. I wouldn't mind if you slowed down a little. I don't know what kind of crazy accent you have, but I'm trying to form neural pathways here, damn it.
I've been to other countries and ignorantly not learned the language and said, but why don't they speak English?
Oh, come on. You're trying to make this argument that people who can't speak English are so smart, and then you say stupid shit like that. They don't speak English in other countries because they have their own language, just like people in British-speaking countries do.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Well, why don't I speak their language?
Well, far be it from me to speculate, but I'm gonna speculate here and say that it's pretty useless to learn a language of a country you're just visiting. Now, if you move to that country, on the other hand, well, then it might, just might, be useful to learn their language. But, what do I know, right?
Well, it's hard to say.
Some sort of state secret.
No, just difficult to pronounce.
We need to understand that people are not dumb just because they do not speak the best English.
Okay, hold on. I gotta check something here. Yep, this was not posted on the BBC's children's channel. I just had to check because sometimes it sounds like they're talking to toddlers.
The goal of this game is to not kill you.
Yes, we understand that people who can't speak perfect English aren't dumb. Ever heard of Albert Einstein? Yeah, the guy's English wasn't that great. But I'm pretty sure his marbles will give yours a run for their money. And then some.
And because they do not look or act like things that we're used to.
Well, that depends entirely on the act, doesn't it? If you're used to standing in line for your lunch and someone tries to cut in front of you, it's going to be a bad thing. But if you're used to people being rude and suddenly someone's nice to you, it's going to be a good thing. You see how nonsensical your statement is? It means nothing.
Since when was English the bar for intelligence?
English is not the bar for intelligence. Speaking the language of the country you live in kind of is. Sure, everyone understands that it takes time, but you gotta try. You really do.
It's not.
Yes, we've been over this, but I still think it's very funny that the BBC feels it's necessary to insert subtitles over you half the time.
Anyone can be anything.
Anyone can be anything? Yeah, that's the kind of happy horse shit you tell a 5-year-old, but you know that it's not true. In fact, parents need to stop telling this lie because it's creating self-entitled idiots with no sense of their own limitations. You need to be the best person you can be. That doesn't mean you can be anything.
And we need to give people a chance based off of who they are.
Yes, everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, which kind of harkens back to my previous point, doesn't it?
And not just what their language sounds like out of their mouth.
Well, that depends on what kind of work they're looking for. If they're applying to be a 911 operator, then it's absolutely crucial what their words sound like out of their mouths. Or do you think we should just say to hell with it? Heart attack victims really need to learn to understand foreigners better. Listening to you is like trying to meditate to bagpipes. Won't somebody please give me a 9mm aspirin? Alright people, I'm done with the spunk muppet. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Oh, and just a reminder, remember to change your gender fluid when you check your privilege.